In today's video, I will be using these acrylic colors that I made from chalk in my previous video. These are acrylic colors. So if you want to see that, link in the description below.
So as you guys can see, I did an ombre off camera just so that I can practice and try to give you guys the best tips that I can. So I'm going to use the lime I used. The lime I made and the supposed to be cover powder that I did in my last video. When doing ombre nails, I like to start with the tip color. Any tip color that I'm going to use, I like to start with. So in that case, it's going to be the lime that I did in my previous video. So I'm going to take up a generous bead. So when putting it down, I like to make sure that the base color is flat. You want to keep this color flat because you're going to come in with a different bead that's going to come and blend over this. So you want to make sure that right here is flat. You don't want any ledges. I'm going to show you what that can do in a minute. So I'm just going to use this and blend this down. So I'm going to go in with one more bead and I'm going to put that right here where the tips meet the natural nail. So I guess that's where you guys can start if you guys want an idea. Where the tip meet the natural nail is where you should start your ombre. So then I'm going to just blend up and then blend back down. My finger keeps coming off. I'm just gonna hold it. So when applying my second color, I like to keep the base color, the first color, wet. That kind of helps with the blending as well. So I am going to go in for a small bead and it's going to be wet. So you want to make sure you work with wet beads because they're going to blend easily. So I'm going to go in right where the color ends and blend up. And that will give you the perfect transition ever, every single time. So I'm going to go in with another small wet bead right at the bottom of where that other color ends and blend up. You can also blend back the color if you realize that it's gone a little bit too far, and then kind of blend it back up again to help. So you want to make sure your brush is wet always. I'm going to go with my last bead, which is the cuticle bead right here. Make sure that I perfect my cuticle area. So if you guys if the color gets on the tip, you can also just wipe that off. If you realize it's not really coming out, you can go in with another bead of the green right here at the tip and blend up, and that will kind of help with the transition looking very neat. So this is the final look. So what I'm going to do is when the acrylic is still wet, I am going to encapsulate. This also is going to help the blend be more smooth, because when you work with it wet, the wet bead kind of smooth out the underneath beads. If that kind of makes sense to you guys, hope it does. And when you are doing ombre, you have to encapsulate, because when you go in with your foil, you're just going to foil away that ombre that you just did. So you need to encapsulate the ombre nail. You're going to make sure that your apex is nice and where it's supposed to be. So you're going to blend down, and you realize that you have that little bit right there. You can go in with a wet brush and kind of flatten that out. and then make sure it's smooth at the top. And then you can just add beads where you feel fit to add beads. Turn the nail on the side to see where you have to add a bead, because sometimes from the upward angle you can't really see everything. So you have to turn it on the side, turn it like this to see everything is smooth on the side and it's good. So I'm going to just put this to the side and let it set while I show you guys what not to do. Okay, so when you are doing ombres, leaving the tip color and not blending it, I'm going to show you what that can do. So I'm just going to put the green right there in the middle of the nail and blend up. You're going to leave that one solid color as well as with a hump. So it helps when the base color transitions. If this was smooth, you can see how easy it would be to just go on with another color and blend. That will help it be very, very smooth. But with doing this, you have the base color like this, the first color very opaque and not blended. When you go in with your color on top, it wouldn't blend as well, especially if it is sheer. If it's a sheer color, you are definitely going to see the demarcation line. So with doing this, with blending it, it really helps. Now if you leave the ledge, I'm going to show you guys what that can do. Also, I'm leaving it dry. I like to leave the first color wet because that helps blending the two together. So when leaving it dry now, you're going to have problems, especially if you're using cheap acrylic. I think with better colored acrylic, it's going to blend way easier, but we're going to do these ones. So when you have the bead, you definitely do not want to dry it out. So by drying it out, you put it here. So you want a wet bead. So when you do this and you come and you blend it, it's not going to blend as well. You can see why you don't want to have a ledge. If you have blending with a wet bead, you can see how that can be an issue, because it's just going to settle underneath the lump and not over it. So, and also with the dry bead, it's not going to blend as well. So you can see how that really isn't blended. I mean, if you leave the lump there, you can see, and it has a hump right here as well where the color wasn't blended. And also it's going to have, like, you have to use more product, so then you have to go in with some more acrylic to put right, really let me just hold it. You're gonna have to go in with some more color to put right there to kind of blend it down. And you're gonna still have the lump, but yeah, as you can see on this one also, I put the base color right there so you guys can see. I'm going to go in with a wet bead. So instead of having it with a wet bead right here, I'm blend down. Some wet acrylic. You can clearly see how that's going to be a problem. Also, when you start at the back of the nail instead of right where the tip ends, I think that's going to cause you some trouble too. If your color is pigmented and you blend back, that can kind of help as well, but I don't really like doing that. I like to keep this color blended and also start right here where the blend starts and blend up. That helps me a lot. I mean, if you guys do the other methods and it works for you, then it works for you. I want to show you guys, should I? So I'm going to show you guys how to do a triple ombre, also as to how to blend, how to work with chunky glitter when blending. So what I do is I'm going to start with the first color, which is going to be the chunky glitter. So I'm going to start with the chunky glitter right at the tip of the nail. So I'm just going to put that right there, blend up as usual, and blend down. You can see the glitter, the acrylic isn't really as pigmented, so I'm going to go in with another bead. Also going to make sure that the, sorry, about to tell you guys sorry. Also make sure that the back is smooth, so you want to blend it upward. Keep it flat. Okay, so now we got our chunky glitter down. Before I go with my other color, the thing I like to do most is I like to go in with a clear bead of acrylic to kind of encapsulate the glitter. The glitter will cause problems trying to blend. It's going to be rocky. It's not going to be a smooth base. So adding the clear acrylic will cause the acrylic to be smooth. That way you will blend easier. Also, you want to keep the acrylic color that is back here, the clear acrylic, you want to keep that flat as well. So you don't want to have that bumpy as well. So I'm gonna keep that wet. While it is wet, oh crap, somebody blew on into the, okay, we're not even gonna fret. So going into the other color, I'm gonna keep it wet, and I'm gonna place it right there, and then I'm gonna blend forward. With light strokes, you are going to blend it upward. Also keeping this one flat because they're gonna come in with a third glitter. A third acrylic. You want to keep it blended. So I encapsulate it because it is smooth, and you can see how that really helps me. Also see where the blue kind of starts. So I'm going to go in with some more of the green acrylic, place it at the back here, and blend up. Also keeping the back portion flat. So you guys can see the transition. Let me know if it looks good to you guys. I think it looks pretty good, but I can still see some blue peeking through right here. So I'm going to go in with some more green, just right there, and kind of blend forward. And you guys can see how keeping the acrylic wet can help the blend be more blended. So then I'm going to go in with my third color, which is going to be this one. I'm just going to put that where the cuticle is, and then blend forward. I'm going to blend back. I kind of cover up a lot of the yellow powder. So what I will do is I will go back in with some more yellow right there, blend backward, and then come and blend forward. Sorry, I'm blocking the whole process of me trying to blend back. It's not easy trying to film. So I'm going to use my other hand and try to blend backward. So once I get it how I like it, once it is wet, I'm just going to encapsulate. Okay, one tip that I'm going to show you guys real quick. Okay, so if you guys do a blend and you really do not like it, you can go, or you like it but it's not really blended properly, let's say that. If you like it but it's not really blended properly, kind of like this, I think it's blended kind of well. But if it's not, you can go in with this Mia's Secret multi-balance natural pink acrylic. So this is clear but not super clear. So if it's clear and not super clear, you go in, you can use that and kind of let it right where the blend is. You don't have to put it all over the nail, you can just put it right where the blend is, and that kind of helps. Also, to even spice it up, you can use the Mindy Hardy, you can use a glow powder, which is kind of clear but it kind of isn't. If you guys have this, let me show you guys what it looks like really quick. So you can see it's not really clear but it's not really pigmented either, so if you blend it out you'll be fine. So you can go in with this one as well, right by the tip, and kind of blend down and blend up. So I'm just going to put it at the green and not at the blue because the blue brings some glitter. So just put that off. And then you can go straight and encapsulate the nail. Okay, so this is showing you how not to blend chunky glitter. So if you're going with your first bead, oh my gosh. Going with your first bead, let's say we flatten the top, okay? Let's say we flatten the top. So we have the chunky glitter on. I'm just gonna make sure I could get more of the chunks in it. So we have the little chunky glitter on the nail. So I'm gonna just let this set before I move on to my next step. So the reason why you want to encapsulate, you can see like some of the glitter is poking out. You can see it right there. Right here is poking up. You can just see all the glitters poking through the acrylic. So if you go on top of that, you basically are, the blending is going to stick to wherever the little piece is coming up, so it wouldn't be smooth. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to take my bead, I'm going to take it wet, and I'm going to just put it right there and blend forward. So right now you can see that the acrylic is kind of hiding behind the glitters. So this is a star shaped glitter with the twinklies. You can see it right there. You can see how when I brush it over, the acrylic doesn't want to really pass over there, and how the acrylic doesn't want to pass over the star. So you can kind of understand why you want to encapsulate the glitters before you even do the blend. So you can clearly see why this is an issue. So with that being said, I am going to go off camera and file these nails. I don't
Okay, so once I am done filing, these are the nails. I also did this them off camera because I just wanted to. And now I'm just going to be dusting off. Well, going in with some alcohol and the dust brush once again to remove the dust. You don't want to go in with some top coat right on the nails because the top coat will track the dust and it will end back up in your bottle, and then all your nails will be bumpy in the future. I top coat the nail. I'm just going to let you guys watch me do that. Also, if you guys do this trick, I would like to see you guys before and after photos. I think that would be cool. So I do really hope that this video helps a lot and to help you guys understand how to blend easily. I went out in sunlight. These are how the nails are looking. Yeah, so if you guys find this very informative, please thumbs up the video, subscribe for more informational content, and yeah, I hope you guys really like these nails. Well, like the video. I really hope you guys like this video. I tried to do my best to be informative and helpful, so I hope you guys do find this helpful. So these are the nails after I went inside from the sunlight, and it's glowing and it's so pretty.